All right, let's say a short vort on Shabbos Chazoin, the Shabbos right before Tisha B'Av. So, in general, the Sfarim tell us that Shabbos, the sanctity of it, was preserved. Meaning, despite all of the sins the Jewish people committed, because when we commit sins, so to speak, the world gets tainted to a certain extent. However, Shabbos is the one thing, and really the one mitzvah, that remains completely untainted from any of the sins, whether that's the sin of the Eitz Hadas, eating from the tree of knowledge, or the sin of the golden calf. Shabbos was completely preserved, and when you keep Shabbos today, it has the same levels of spiritual power as it did thousands of years ago, which might not be true for other things in this world. So now, here's the thing. The Jewish people are in exile. And the Torah tells us that, so to speak, whatever, this is a very esoteric concept, but so to speak, when the Jewish people are in exile, so is Hashem, his Shekhinah, his divine presence also, so to speak, goes into exile. Now, before the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, regular days of the week were very holy days of the week because there was a service being done in the Beis HaMikdash. And Shabbos was just even holier, just like a step above. However, today we do not have the Beis HaMikdash. So what happens is that the days of the week are kind of like this, and then Shabbos is like a major jump in holiness. Meaning that when they had the Beis HaMikdash, the regular weekdays were like this, and then Shabbos was like this. But today, the weekdays are like this, very low, and then Shabbos is like this. Now, think about how you would experience that in real life. So what the Sefer, the Tiferes Shlomo says, the Radomsker Rebbe, he says that today, this Shabbos that we have this week, Shabbos Chazon, is in the middle of the month of Av, which is the lowest month for the Jewish people. And so that means the days of the week are even lower, so to speak, than the days of the week of any other time during the year, maybe in world history. So therefore, the jump between the weekday this week and that of Shabbos is greater than any other time, perhaps in world history, like this week. Because if we believe that the world is continuously on a little bit of a downward trend, then this Shabbos, by default, is the Shabbos with the biggest gap in world history between the weekdays and the holiness of Shabbos. And since Hashem is in exile with us, and Hashem, he goes out of exile, so to speak, on Shabbos, because Shabbos is completely untainted, that means Hashem, whatever this means, is the happiest this Shabbos that he's ever been, perhaps on any other Shabbos in world history. That is the meaning of what we say in Lechadoti, Rav Lach Sheves Be'emecha Bacha. It is great, it is like the best to sit in the low valley, the valley of tears. That's where when we are in the Rav Lach Sheves, Sheves is like Shabbat, right? Rav Lach the Shabbos is great. The greatest Shabbos is when we're in the valley of tears, when we're in that time during the 3 weeks. He asks you, is this Shabbos a depressing Shabbos? Are we supposed to be sad this Shabbos? No! The opposite. God is like the happiest he's ever been before in world history on this Shabbos. And you need to be happy because of that fact. So let us take this message into the Shabbos and let's celebrate. All right. Good Shabbos.